If you are watching this video right now, there's a good chance you are exhausted. Maybe you have a brand new baby and you cannot figure out why they keep waking up every 2 hours. Maybe you have a 4-month-old who used to sleep well and suddenly stopped. Or maybe you have a toddler who is fighting every single nap like it is a personal insult. Whatever stage you're in, I want you to take a breath, because today's video is going to walk you through everything you need to know about baby sleep, broken down by age. I'm talking newborns all the way through 24 months. We're going to cover how much sleep babies actually need at each age, what a realistic daily schedule looks like, wake windows, and why they are the secret that most parents never hear about, the famous 4-month sleep regression, nap transitions and when to drop them, and the most common mistakes parents make, and how to avoid them. This is the video I wish someone had handed me on the day I left the hospital. So let's get into it. Section 2. Why baby sleep is so confusing. Before we get into the actual schedules, I want to spend just 2 minutes explaining why baby sleep is so confusing. Because it is not your fault, and it is not your baby's fault. Here's the core issue. Babies are not born with a developed circadian rhythm. That internal clock that tells you it's nighttime, the one that releases melatonin and makes you feel sleepy. Babies don't have that working properly for the first several months of life. On top of that, their sleep cycles are much shorter than ours. An adult sleep cycle is roughly 90 minutes. A baby's closer to 45. That means they are waking up briefly, almost twice as often as we are. Most of the time, they put themselves back to sleep, and we never notice. But if they haven't learned how to do that, or if their needs aren't met, they cry, and we wake up. And then there is the developmental layer. Every time your baby goes through a developmental leap, learning to roll, to crawl, to talk, to walk, their brain is on overdrive. Sleep gets disrupted. You'll hear people call these regressions, but honestly, a better word is progressions. Your baby's brain is growing. Sleep just gets weird for a while. So with all of that in mind, let's go through every stage. Section 3. Newborn sleep 0 to 6 weeks. Okay, the newborn stage, 0 to 6 weeks. First, the honest truth. There is no schedule in the newborn stage. If someone is trying to sell you a newborn sleep schedule, they are setting you up for frustration. Newborns cannot be scheduled. What they can do is feed, sleep, and grow. And that is literally all they should be doing. Newborns sleep between 14 and 17 hours per day. That sounds like a lot. The problem is, none of it is consolidated. They sleep in 2 to 3 hour chunks, around the clock, day and night. Why? Because their stomachs are tiny. A newborn's stomach is roughly the size of a cherry at birth. It cannot hold enough milk to fuel sleep for longer than 2 or 3 hours at a stretch. So they wake up hungry. This is completely normal and biologically appropriate. What you should focus on in the newborn stage. Number 1, feed on demand. Whether you are breastfeeding or formula feeding, follow your baby's hunger cues, not the clock. Your milk supply and your baby's weight depend on it. Number 2, distinguish day from night. This is the earliest building block of sleep training. During the day, keep things bright and stimulating. Normal household noise is fine. During nighttime feeds, keep the lights off or very dim. No eye contact, no talking, no stimulation. You are essentially boring your baby back to sleep. Over a few weeks, they begin to understand that night is different. Number 3, safe sleep, always. The AAP guidelines are clear. Baby sleeps alone, on their back, in a firm, flat surface like a crib or bassinet. No loose bedding, no pillows, no positioners. I will not go deeper into safe sleep in this video, but please check the AAP website. Link is in the description. Number 4, survive, not optimize. Seriously, take shifts with your partner. Sleep when the baby sleeps. Yes, really. The dishes can wait. This stage is temporary. A newborn schedule might look something like this. Feed roughly every 2 to 3 hours, around the clock. Wake windows? The time baby can be awake before needing sleep again are only 45 to 60 minutes. Nachtschusters, most of the day is sleep. If your newborn is awake for more than 60 minutes, they are likely already overtired, and getting them back to sleep will be much harder. Short wake windows are the name of the game right now. Section 4. Early infant sleep. 6 to 12 weeks. At around 6 weeks, you may start to notice something hopeful. Your baby seems a little more alert during the day. Maybe they're starting to give you a real smile. And some nights, not all nights, but some nights, they're sleeping slightly longer stretches. This is the beginning of circadian rhythm development. Your baby's body is very slowly starting to understand that nighttime means longer sleep. You can help accelerate this. Total sleep, still 14 to 16 hours in a 24-hour period. But the distribution is starting to shift, slightly more of that sleep happening at night. Wake windows, gradually stretching to 60 to 90 minutes. You'll notice your baby can handle a little more stimulation before getting cranky. Naps, completely irregular. You might have 4 naps, you might have 6. This is still fine and normal. What you can start doing. First, introduce a bedtime routine. This is powerful, and it is never too early. A consistent sequence, bath, feed, swaddle, song, white noise, put down, starts wiring the brain to understand that sleep is coming. Within a few weeks, just the smell of lavender lotion or the sound of white noise will start to relax your baby. Second, try for a dream feed, comes. Some sounds. This is a feed you do right before you go to bed, usually around 10 or 11 p.m., without fully waking the baby. Many parents find this stretches their own longest stretch of sleep. You feed the baby, the tank is full, and you might get a 3 to 4 hour stretch before they wake again. Third, practice putting baby down drowsy but awake. I want to be clear, this is not sleep training. It's simply giving your baby the opportunity to fall asleep without being fully rocked to sleep first. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. No pressure. But the repetition builds a neural pathway. Graphic, sample 6-week schedule. 7 a.m., wake and feed. 8 a.m., nap, 45 to 60 minutes. 9:15 a.m., wake and feed. 10:30 a.m., nap. 12 p.m., wake and feed. 1 p.m., nap. 3 p.m., feed. 4 p.m., nap. 5:30 p.m., feed and awake time. 7 p.m., bedtime routine begins. 7:30 p.m., bed. Night, 1 to 2. Night feeds still expected. This is a sample. Your baby's schedule will vary. The key is the pattern of wake, feed, play, sleep. Keep repeating that cycle. It's section 5, the 4-month sleep regression. All right, we need to talk about the 4-month sleep regression. I get more questions about this one than anything else, and I want to explain what's actually happening, because most parents go through this completely blind and think something is wrong with their baby. Around 3 to 4 months, your baby's sleep architecture permanently changes. Before this point, babies fall asleep and go directly into a deep sleep. It's why you can transfer a sleeping newborn to their crib, and they often stay asleep. They are out cold. After this point, their sleep cycles now look like adult sleep cycles. They have light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep, cycling through every 45 minutes or so. And at the end of each cycle, they surface into a light sleep and briefly wake up. Adults do this too. We just don't notice because we have learned, over years, to roll over, adjust our pillow, and fall back asleep without fully waking. Your 4-month-old has not learned that skill yet. So what happens? They wake up. They are confused. They were in your arms when they fell asleep, or they had a pacifier, or they were nursing, and now those things are gone. And they cry every 45 minutes. This is not a regression in the sense of your baby going backward. It is a neurological maturation that simply makes sleep more visible as a skill that needs to be learned. What can you do? Option 1, ride it out. Some babies navigate this transition on their own within a few weeks, especially if you give them opportunities to practice self-soothing. Option 2, consider sleep training. 4 months is the earliest most sleep consultants and pediatricians recommend introducing any form of sleep training, precisely because this is when the biological foundation for it exists. I will not prescribe a specific method in this video. There are many, and a separate video is coming on that. But if you are ready to support your baby in learning to fall asleep independently, 4 months is the green light. Option 3, responsive settling. If you're not ready for sleep training, you can still help by reducing the sleep associations that are causing the waking. For example, if your baby always nurses to sleep, try unlatching before they are fully asleep. Give them 5 seconds to settle before going in. Gradually extend that window. The key message: you did not cause the 4-month regression by anything you did or didn't do. It is developmental, but your response to it will shape the next several months of sleep in your household. Section 6. 4 to 6 months. If you have made it through the 4-month regression, first of all, congratulations. You have survived one of the hardest stretches of new parenthood. Now let's talk about what life looks like between 4 and 6 months. Total sleep: 12 to 16 hours in a 24-hour period. You should be starting to see more of that sleep happening at night, ideally 10 to 12 hours overnight, with naps making up the rest. Naps. Most babies this age are taking 3 to 4 naps per day. They are still short, often 30 to 45 minutes, but some babies start consolidating into longer naps, especially the first one of the day. Wake windows: 1.5 to 2 hours. This is longer than the newborn stage, and it matters. Putting your baby down too early means they won't be tired enough to sleep. Waiting too long means overtiredness, and an overtired baby is paradoxically harder to put to sleep. The sleep window closes, stress hormones kick in, and you've got a fight on your hands. Night feeds. Many babies this age still need 1 to 2 night feeds, especially breastfed babies. This is normal. If you have had your baby's weight and growth cleared by your pediatrician, you can start to gently stretch those night feeds, but don't rush it if your baby is still showing genuine hunger cues. Graphic sample 5-month schedule. 7 a.m. Wake. 8:30 a.m. Nap 1, approximately 45 to 60 minutes. 11 a.m. Nap 2, approximately 45 to 60 minutes. 2:30 p.m. Nap 3, short cat nap, approximately 30 minutes. 7 p.m. Bedtime. 1 night feed expected, possibly 2. Pro tip: at this age, try to keep the last nap of the day relatively short, no more than 30 minutes, and ending at least 1.5 to 2 hours before bedtime. This keeps your baby tired enough for a good night of sleep without being overtired going in. Section 7. 6 to 9 months. At 6 months, a few exciting things happen. 1. Your baby can now hold more milk or formula in their belly, which means their need for nighttime calories decreases significantly. Many babies are biologically capable of sleeping 6 to 8 hour stretches without a feed. Though, of course, all babies are different, and you should discuss this with your pediatrician. 2. Your baby is becoming much more interested in the world. They're sitting up, they're babbling, they're socially engaged, and that means they need more from wake windows in terms of stimulation. Boring wake time leads to poor naps. The big transition at 6 months. Most babies drop from 3 naps to 2 naps, somewhere between 6 and 8 months. Signs your baby is ready. Consistently fighting the 3rd nap. The 3rd nap is making bedtime too late. Sleeping well through most nights. Graphic, sample 7-month, 2-nap schedule. 7 a.m. Wake. 9:30 a.m. Nap 1, approximately 1 to 1.5 hours. 2 p.m. Nap 2, approximately 1 hour. 7 p.m. Bedtime. This is a beautiful schedule once you land on it. 2 naps means 2 opportunities per day for you to rest, do chores, or work. Many parents describe this as the golden window of baby sleep. A note on solid foods. Most babies start solids around 6 months. Solid foods do not automatically cause babies to sleep longer, despite what your grandmother might have told you. But a well-fed, well-nourished baby will be more settled overall. Just don't delay sleep training, waiting for solids to fix the sleep. Section 8. 9 to 12 months. 9 to 12 months is another big developmental leap, and with it, often, another sleep disruption. Around 9 months, separation anxiety peaks. Your baby now understands something they didn't before. You exist when you leave the room, and they want you back. This is actually a beautiful cognitive milestone. Object permanence. But it makes sleep harder, because now when they wake between cycles, they realize you are gone, and they cry. What helps at this stage? A consistent and predictable bedtime routine is more important than ever. When your baby knows exactly what's coming, bath, book, feed, song, crib, the predictability itself is soothing. Practice brief separations during the day, so your baby learns that you always come back. Peekaboo is not just a game. It's literally teaching your baby the concept of you leave, you return. If you haven't sleep trained yet and nights are still rough, this is a very common age to start. Again, separate video on methods. But the principle of gradually building your baby's ability to self-settle is well supported by research. Graphic sample 10-month schedule. 7 a.m. Wake. 10 a.m. Nap 1, approximately 1 to 1.5 hours. 3 p.m. Nap 2, approximately 1 hour. 7:30 p.m. Bedtime. Section 9, 12 to 18 months. Desire to free. Happy birthday. Your baby is 1. And if you haven't already, they are about to drop to 1 nap. Most babies transition from 2 naps to 1 nap, somewhere between 14 and 18 months, with some going as early as 12 and some holding on to 2 naps until 20 months. Don't force this transition. Let your baby lead. Signs they're ready. Consistently fighting one of the 2 naps. To taking a very long time to fall asleep at nap time. Naps are disrupting nighttime sleep. The transition to 1 nap is often messy. There will be a week or 2 where your baby seems too tired for 1 nap, but too awake for 2. Push through it. Offer the single nap around midday, somewhere between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., and move bedtime earlier temporarily to compensate for lost nap sleep. Graphic, sample 15-month 1 nap schedule. 6:30 to 7 a.m. Wake. 12 p.m. Nap, approximately 1.5 to 2 hours. 7 p.m. Bedtime. Nighttime sleep at this age should be a solid 11 to 12 hours for most babies. If you are still waking multiple times a night with a 14-month-old who has no medical issues, this is a great time to invest in sleep support. Section 10. 18 to 24 months. By 18 months, most babies are fully on 1 nap and sleeping roughly 11 to 14 hours total per day. You are in a relatively stable zone until the 18-month regression, which hits like a freight train for some families. Around 18 months, a huge developmental leap occurs. Language explodes. Your toddler suddenly has opinions, very strong opinions, about everything, including sleep. They know how to say no. They know how to climb out of their crib. They know how to drag out bedtime with 1 more hug, 1 more drink of water, 1 more question about dinosaurs. Strategies for the toddler sleep wars. Keep the routine sacred. Toddlers crave routine even while they resist it. A predictable, consistent bedtime sequence, at the same time every night, is your strongest tool. Use a toddler clock. Visual cues like the OK to wake clock, where the display changes color when it's OK to get up, are incredibly effective for this age. Toddlers respond to visual boundaries better than abstract instructions. Hold the line on bedtime. Every extra 15 minutes of bedtime resistance becomes the new normal within a week. Kindness plus consistency is the formula. Graphic sample 22-month schedule. 7 a.m. Wake. 1 p.m. Nap, approximately 1.5 hours. 7:30 p.m. Bedtime. Section 11. Common mistakes recap. Okay, we are almost out of time, so let me leave you with the most common mistakes I see parents make across all ages. Mistake 1. Keeping baby awake too long, hoping they'll sleep better. This backfires. Overtired babies sleep worse, not better. Mistake 2. No consistent bedtime routine. Your baby's nervous system is wired to respond to predictable patterns. Use that. Mistake 3. Bedtime too late. Most babies and toddlers do best with a bedtime between 6:30 and 8 p.m. Later is not better. Mistake 4. Expecting a newborn schedule. Under 3 months. Survive, don't schedule. Mistake 5. Comparing to other babies. Your neighbor's baby sleeping through the night at 8 weeks is either an outlier, formula-fed, and larger, had sleep training done, or all 3. Stop comparing. And finally, the most important reminder of this entire video. Sleep is a developmental skill. Some babies come into the world already inclined to be great sleepers. Others need more support. Neither says anything about how much you love your child or what kind of parent you are. You are doing an incredible job. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. It genuinely helps this channel reach more tired parents who need this information. Subscribe for more sleep content and drop a comment below with your baby's age. I love hearing from you. I'll see you in the next one.